we are in the molecular formula. This is my fourth video for you. Today I'm going to describe about molecular formula, how the molecular formulas are derived, and what are the models of molecular formula. Since it is very difficult to see the molecular formula of a compound, today I'm trying to visualize the molecular formula to all you. First of all, let me start this with the molecular formula, how it is defined. Chemical substance are written in abbreviated form. That means shorthand form called chemical formula. Hence, a brief description of molecules of any compound or elements or in terms of symbol showing the actual number of various elements present in it is called molecular formula. Different compounds have different molecular composition. For example, copper sulfate is made of copper and sulfate, where copper is there and sulfate negative radical. Similarly, nitric acid is HNO3, aluminum nitride is ALN, oxygen is O2. So, to derive the molecular formula, there are some prerequisite knowledges. You must know about the valency, radical, types of valency, positive valency, negative valency. This you must know. For this, I have made a short list of very common elements, and this is the first list of the elements where you can find the electropositive radicals and their valency. So the first one is monovalent. That means the element having valency 1. So all these are electropositive: hydrogen, lithium, sodium, potassium, cuprous, silver, mercurous, iodus, etc. Similarly, bivalent, trivalent and tetravalents are described here. In the same way, let me describe about the valency of some electronegative radicals. For example, monovalent, fluoride, fluorine, chloride, chlorine, bromide, hydroxide, bicarbonate and so on. Bivalent, that means -2 valency here, oxide, that is from oxygen, sulfate, carbonate, silicate, sulfite, sulfide, etc. And in the same way, we have the list of trivalent elements and radical as well. So in this way, these are the prerequisite knowledge to describe the valency of, or to describe or to derive the molecular formula of a compound. So let me describe you how we derive the molecular formula of a compound. So this is the first case, how to derive molecular formula. For example, if you want to derive the molecular formula of water, first of all, you must know what are the elements present there: hydrogen and oxygen, like H as positive, O as negative. Then you must know the symbol, and first we write the positive symbol here, and second we write the negative valency symbol, element symbol. For example, H is positive, O is negative. We write H first and O second. Hydrogen's valency is 1, oxygen valency is 2. Then we have crisscross here. Then crisscross means this is simply the interchange of valency. The valency of hydrogen goes for oxygen. In the same way, valency of oxygen goes for hydrogen. It becomes H2O1. This one is understood, so you don't need to write this. So it becomes H2O. Now I have some more examples of the compound. For example, carbon dioxide, carbon with respect to oxygen, it is positive and valency 4, oxygen, and crisscross as in former C2O4. Now here we have to simplify it, 2 common, we take 2 common, C1O2, this 2 and this 1 is not necessary to write, so it is simply CO2. In the same way, aluminum nitride. Nitride means N, aluminum Al, Al valency plus 3, nitrogen valency minus 3, crisscross Al3N3, 3 common, and we remove this 3 and it becomes Aln. In the same way, I have some other compounds molecular formulas derivation. Ammonium sulfate, ammonium is positive, valency 1, sulfate is negative and valency 2, crisscross ammonium NH4 whole twice, SO4 whole 1. This we need to put this bracket, otherwise it becomes SO41. So to avoid this sort of problem, we use this small bracket, ammonium sulfate, and this one is not necessary to write, so it becomes NH4 whole twice SO4. Similarly, ferric oxide, ferric means it is from ferrum, iron, and Fe is its symbol, and oxide is O, and it becomes FeO. F is, when it is Ic, we take higher valency, iron has 2 valency, 2 and 3, and when it is Ic, we take higher valency, so it becomes 3 and 2, you know this, and crisscross Fe2O3. There's no more simplification in this case. So these are the methods how we derive molecular formula of a particular compound. Now, what is the use of molecular formula of a compound? So that means we are going to describe about significance of molecular formula. There are two significance mainly we categorize, that is called qualitative and quantitative. And what are qualitative and quantitative significance of molecular formula? In qualitative, we talk about the name of the substance, elements present, and how the atoms are arranged in the molecules. For example, water's molecular formula is H2O, then you know molecular formula of water is H2O. There are hydrogen and oxygen. Hydrogen is in the positive form, oxygen in the negative form, and so on. In the same way, quantitative significance of molecular formula means it shows 1 mole of substance. 1 molecular formula means 1 mole of substance, that is 1 mole means you know it is 6.023 into 10 raised to power 23 molecules. That means if we express this in the gram molecular weight, then to make 1 gram of moles of that substance, you need 6.023 into 10 raised to power 23 molecules of that substance. And number of each kind of atoms you can identify. In the same way, percentage composition also you can identify. Water H2O means this is 1 mole of water and 2 hydrogen, 1 mole of oxygen, 2 H, and molecular composition is 88.89% of oxygen and only 11.11% of hydrogen by weight. So these are some significance of molecular formula. So my dear children, now I'm going to visualize the molecular formula. You know, that means you may be thinking that this teacher is bringing very sophisticated microscope and showing this. No, I'm not going to do so, but simply I have some models to show you about the molecular formula. So first of all, let us see this model. This model, it has one projection or tabs. This is called projection or tab. But if you see this, it has one space here, or it is called gaps. So let me remind you, this is projection and or tabs you can say, and this is spaces or gaps. So one projection indicate +1 valency and one gap indicate -1 valency. Then can you tell me what is the valency of this block? It has 2 projection, that means its valency is +2, and similarly it has 2 gaps, that means it has -2 valency. Okay, tell me what is the valency of this block, this ion or radical. It is 3 tabs are there. That means the valency is 3 plus 3. And similarly, here we have another set. So this is what? 2 gaps minus 2 valency. And in the same way, I have some other model as well. 1, 2, 3. 3 gaps means it is minus 3 valency. So let me summarize this. Plus 1 valency, it has 1 projection or tabs. Minus 1 valency, 1 gap or 1 space. Am I clear? Okay. Now, let me tell you how to make the molecular formula. As you know that it makes how the ionic compounds are formed. That means which have ion, positive or negative only. So let me make the one molecular. The main use of the models, these models is to show the ratios of ions and the radicals combined to form a ionic substance. Alright, let me make the first molecular formula. Let me make sodium chloride. And first of all, you must know sodium chloride is made up from sodium and chlorine. Sodium's valency plus 1, chlorine's valency minus 1. So let me select this plus 1 and this is minus 1. So plus 1 I keep in my left hand side and the minus 1 I keep in my right hand side. So plus 1 and let me combine this. Oh, it is combined. That means it is interlocked. So it is completely locked. And this forms a sodium chloride. But it is not in this form. If I take this and this is not interlocked, you see, you can see some spaces there. So it is not interlocked. To form a compound, remember that it must be interlocked. And so it is not interlocked, spaces or some space are there. And even if you take this in this way, sodium chloride, now is it interlocked? No, it is not interlocked. So that you take sodium, this and chlorine minus 1 and it is locked. So it is sodium chloride. It shows the ratios of ions as I told you, 1 sodium and 1 chlorine. So it becomes NaCl. I think I am clear. So in the same way, let me make the another compound which is water. Water is made of hydrogen and oxygen. Hydrogen and oxygen. Oxygen. You know that hydrogen's valency is plus 1 and oxygen's valency is minus 2. So you have to select the block which shows plus 1 means 1 projection block and minus 2 means 2 spaces block. So this can be a oxygen and this can be a hydrogen. And as I described in former, my right hand side, left hand side is a plus 1 and in my right hand side it is minus 1. Check. Is it locked? No. So I need to, it requires one more tab. Therefore, let me put another. It is locked. You see, 2 hydrogens are there and 1 oxygen. This shows 2 hydrogen means S2, 1 oxygen means 1O. So it is S2O. As I told you, it shows the ratios of ions. 2 hydrogen ion, 1 oxygen. C, 1 oxygen. C, 2 hydrogen. Am I clear? Let me demonstrate another substance molecular formula, calcium oxide. Prerequisite knowledge, calcium plus 2 valency, oxygen minus 2 valency. So this can be a calcium and this can be a oxygen. So calcium plus 1, as I told, I'm taking in the right hand side, in the left hand side and negative in my right hand side. So let us keep this way, whether it is interlocked or not. When it is interlocked, then we can count the number of ions and we can find the ratios of ions. So let us see. Oh, it is locked in the first time. So that means it is one calcium and one oxygen. So what can be the molecular formula? CaO. Ca and O 1:1. I think I'm clear. In the same way, magnesium chloride. Magnesium's valency 2. So I need plus 2. That means this is 2 taps are there, plus 2. And chlorine is -1 valency. Let us form the compound made up from calcium and chlorine. Chlorine, calcium. Is it interlocked? So this is not suitable, and let me take another. You see, it is not interlocked. Calcium, chlorine. It is not CaCl. This cannot be a molecular formula of calcium chloride. And magnesium chloride, sorry, magnesium chloride. This cannot be a magnesium chloride because it is not interlocked. So I think this one is necessary. It is locked. So this locked means magnesium, 1 magnesium, 2 chlorine. So what can be the molecular formula of this compound? Magnesium chloride, MgCl2, Cl2 and Mg. And the magnesium and chlorine is in the ratio 1:2. Okay, in the same way, let me make aluminum nitride. Aluminum nitride. Aluminum's valency 3. So this is aluminum 3 plus nitride. Nitride means nitrogen. Its valency is -3. So let us make the molecular formula. Oh, it is locked in the first case. So that is aluminum nitride is 1Al and 1N. So what can be the molecular formula of this compound? Aln. So what is the ratio of the ions? 1 aluminum, 1 nitrogen, 1:1, isn't it? And then another compound is aluminum nitride and aluminum chloride. So aluminum chloride, aluminum, again I need 3 taps plus 3 valency. Aluminum chloride I am going to make. So let me make aluminum as in the former, 1 chlorine, and this is there, not interlocked. Let me add one more, again not interlocked, and I need one more ions for this. Let us see. Oh, this is interlocked. When it is interlocked, then you can see 1 aluminum, when combined with the chlorine, it requires 3 chlorine, 1, 2 and 3. So what can be the molecular formula? AlCl3. Ratio of elements is 1 aluminum, 3 chlorine. Okay, the next one is plumbic oxide. Okay, plumbic oxide, lead, that is plumbic oxide. Plumbic is 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, positive 4, and oxide is, you know, it is -2. Let me make this. This is not interlocked. I need one more oxide. So let us see this. Oh, it is interlocked. Now what is plumbic oxide? This is PbO2. So this is the ratio of elements is 1 plumbous and plumbic, I mean lead, and 2 oxygen. Now let me make the aluminum sulfate. This is a little bit lengthy one. Aluminum is +3. This is aluminum, and I need one more aluminum there. Aluminum sulfate. Sulfate is -2. So let me make -2's this. Aluminum sulfate. Sulfate is -2. Let me try this. It is not interlocked. So it needs one sulfate. Sulfate valency 2, and I need one more, so it is there. When we put this, again this side is not okay, so I need to add one more uh, this aluminum. So but when it is added, but here we get a gap, so again, so I need one more sulfate. So this can be, this is a sulfate, so let me add this. Oh, now it is, see, it is interlocked. This is interlocked when there is two aluminum, one and two aluminum, and how many sulfate? 1, 2 and 3. So this becomes Al2SO4 whole 3. This is 2 aluminum, 3 sulfate. Okay, this is how we derive molecular formula and how we visualize molecular formula of a compound by using this model. Dear children, if you like this video, please don't forget to like, share and subscribe. This can encourage me to make more videos for you so that I can help the children. And at the same time, my dear science teacher and principal, if you think this product is useful for your children, and please, we are bringing this product in the market as well. So if you want more information, please contact my friend Pitamar Pokhrel, and his cell phone number is 98570878811. Let me repeat this again, 98570878811. Please feel free to contact to him, and we will bring this product even in your school and in your institution. Thank you very much, and keep watching our videos in the days to come as well. Thank you. Namaste.